Hero the Hero. One night at Knapford Sheds, when the moon was full and the yards were quiet, the engines were still talking. They couldn't sleep, not even a wink. "It's been such a busy day," said Billy. "I don't think I want to go to sleep." "You're just like me," agreed Arthur. "I just want to relax and talk." "Pulling heavy passengers can really make your wheels ache," huffed Murdoch. "We Great Westerns never tire of the work," said Duck, "but I'm pleased to work with engines who work very well together." "As long as we do it right," smiled Fergus, "we know we can make the Fat Controller proud." Just then the shed doors opened. The engines were puzzled. Then they saw Hero puff into the shed. Hero had come to Sodor to help deliver a long goods train from Sodor to the other railway on the mainland, so he was to stay in the sheds for the night. But the engine saw Hero was not happy. He looked sad. "What's wrong, Hero?" asked Duck. "It's not like you to be sad," Arthur added. Hero sighed. "Diesel told me that I was too old to be really useful," he said, "and that I should have been on the scrap heap years ago." The engines were shocked. They knew Diesel was very rude and hated steam engines a lot. "Don't take any notice of him," said Fergus. "He just likes to make all the engines upset." "He talks stuff and nonsense," agreed Murdoch. But Hero still felt sad. The engines all wanted to do something to make Hero feel better. They fought hard. Then Billy had an idea. "Why don't we tell a story?" he suggested. "What a good idea," smiled Arthur. "We could all take it in turns," agreed Duck. "I'll go first," said Billy, "as I came up with it first." The engines agreed, so Billy took a deep breath. "On a railway far away," Billy began, "there was an old engine that lived on a railway full of sun, snow and sea. His name was Hero. Hero was a very special engine on the railway. He was big, strong and was a very fast engine. He was proud of it and his controller was very proud of him. Everyone loved to see Hero as he passed by. They clap and cheer for him and he blows a friendly greeting back. One day, Hero's controller came to see him. "I have had a phone call from the Fat Controller," he said. "He would like you to help out while Gordon is away shunting trucks." Hero was very happy. This meant a visit to the island of Sodor. "Oh, thank you, sir," he smiled. "When do I leave?" "Straight away," said the controller. "So I would like you to be on board the ship by lunchtime." Hero was very excited and he set off for the dockyards. Soon, Hero was loaded on board and the ship was soon off to Sodor. The trip lasted many days and Hero sailed many seas. Soon, Hero made it to Sodor. As he was being unloaded from the ship, everyone cheered and waved to him. This made Hero feel very proud. Hero raced along the lines towards Knapford Station. He knew the Fat Controller would be waiting there. "Who wants to go next?" asked Billy. "I will," smiled Duck. Billy agreed. When Hero arrived at the station, Duck continued, he backed down onto the express train and was coupled up. The Fat Controller was very pleased to see Hero. "Welcome back to my railway, Hero," he smiled. "It's been a very long time since we last saw you." "Thank you, sir," smiled Hero. "I have missed this railway so much." "I would like you to pull the express while Gordon is away," said the Fat Controller. "He has been very naughty lately. Can you do that?" "Of course, sir," said Hero. He was delighted to be pulling the express. As Hero waited for the guard's whistle and green flag, Diesel pulled up alongside. He was not pleased to see Hero. "Oh look, the old engine from the scrap heap has returned," he sneered. This made Hero cross. I am not a scrap engine, he boomed crossly. I am a really useful engine. I'm big, strong, and I can go very fast. Old engines like you don't deserve to be on the line, said Diesel. They should be left to rot in the sidings and then broken up. Hero gasped. He didn't like what he was hearing. Old engines can't be really useful anymore, finished Diesel, and he sped away before Hero could answer. Hero didn't know what to think. He was sure Diesel was wrong. But then the guard blew his whistle, waved his green flag, and Hero set off out to the station. Hero puffed through the countryside with the express trundling behind. The passengers had an enjoyable ride, and they loved the views they passed. Some even leaned out of the window to cheer for Hero. "You're doing great!" they called. "Keep it up!" This made Hero feel much better. His smile came back to his face. Soon they came to Ellsworth Station. The express stops here before Gordon's Hill. Engines stop here so they can take on water and catch their breath.
"Can I have a turn, please?"
asked Arthur politely. "Of course you can," agreed Duck. So Arthur took over the story.
While Hero took on water, he was thinking about what Diesel had said. Then he thought about Gordon's Hill. He decided to prove Diesel wrong.
"I know I can do it,"
he smiled.
"I may be old, but I can still be really useful."
Soon it was time to go. The guard blew his whistle, waved his green flag, and Hero set off out to the station. Hero raced under the bridge and made his way to Gordon's Hill. Hero raced up the hill as fast as he could. The hill was steep, but Hero was determined to get to the top.
"That's it, Hero," smiled the driver. "You're doing well."
Then there was trouble. There was a sudden loud crack. The guard blew his whistle and waved his red flag. The driver turned back.
"Whoa, Hero!" he called. "Stop! Something's wrong!"
They stopped the train and the driver and fireman went back to look. The trouble wasn't hard to find. "The brakes have jammed on the brake coach!" exclaimed the guard. "We'll have to go back to the station."
"Oh no!"
moaned the fireman.
"Hero won't like this."
He didn't. They had to back the train all the way to the station. Hero felt very sad now that they had to go back. This meant the train was going to be late.
"What are we going to do?"
Hero asked his driver.
"A new brake coach is being put onto the train," explained the driver. "But we had to put another coach in front of the brake coach." "Now, Hero," the driver went on, "the passengers have been told what's happening and they say they don't mind being late. The train will be heavier than before. You will need to work twice as hard to get up the hill. Do you think you can do it?"
Hero smiled.
"Of course I can, sir," he said. "I am a very strong engine and I will do my very best to get the train up the hill." "There's a good engine," said the fireman. "We'll take out more water and then try again."
"Your turn, Murdoch," Arthur winked. Murdoch took a deep breath.
Soon everything was ready. Murdoch continued. Hero was ready to go and the passengers were sitting comfortably in their seats. "Are you ready, Hero?" asked the driver. "Ready as I will ever be," smiled Hero. Then the guard blew his whistle, waved the green flag, and Hero heaved the heavy train out of the station. They raced under the bridge and made their way to the hill. When Hero saw Gordon's Hill, he drew up steam and started his climb. The train felt very heavy, and Hero quickly felt the drag of the coaches. "No heavy train is going to stop me," he snorted. "I'll show them what I can do." Hero slowly struggled up the hill. This time nothing went wrong with the brake coach, but Hero was concentrating on his puff. "I can do it! I can do it! I can do it!" he huffed. The fireman was shoveling lots of coal into the boiler. While he was doing that, the driver checked his steam gauge and water. "Keep going, Hero," he called. "You're doing well." Hero heard this. He shut his eyes and struggled on. "Will I ever get to the top?" he wondered. At last, Hero felt his wheels starting to level out. He opened one eye, and then the other. He had reached the top. "I've done it! I've done it! I've done it!" he puffed. "Well done, Hero!" cheered the driver. "Now let's get to the station." Hero agreed, and they rolled down the other side of Gordon's Hill. Hero felt so very happy to have made it to the top. "Now I'll show Diesel who's old," he said to himself. Soon they could see Lower Sudbury Station up ahead. Hero was very pleased to see the station come into view. "There it is!" cheered Hero. "We've made it!" Hero blew a long and loud whistle as they entered the station. The train slowly pulled into the platform, and Hero was surprised when he saw, standing on the platform, was the Fat Controller. Hero gulped. What would he say about the broken brake coach? "Would you like to finish the story?" Murdoch smiled at Fergus. "Thank you," smiled Fergus, and took a deep breath. "But the Fat Controller wasn't cross," Fergus went on. "He was very pleased." "Hero, you have done such a splendid job," he smiled. "You worked very hard today, and you didn't let the accident put you off your job. For getting the passengers here safely, I have to say that you are one of the world's most reliable and dependable engines there could ever be. You may be old, but you are still reliable." Hero smiled. He didn't know what to say. "And also," the Fat Controller added, "you have worked harder today than any other engine. You have proved yourself to be a really useful engine. As a special reward, you shall be given a new coat of paint, and you will get to pull the express for the rest of the week." Hero was very happy. He felt very speechless. The Fat Controller turned to the passengers. As he did so, Diesel pulled into the station. "Three cheers for Hero, the master of the railway!" cheered the Fat Controller. All the passengers clapped and cheered as the sound grew louder and louder. Hero was so happy he blew a long and loud whistle. Then he saw Diesel and smiled. "What do you think of me now, Diesel?" he asked. "Still too old to be really useful, am I?" This made Diesel cross. He decided not to answer, so instead he chugged away. Hero knew he had been a really useful engine, and he knew that even old engines like him can still be special and really useful. The end. Fergus finished. The engines all looked at Hero, and to their surprise, he was happy. "Thank you, my friends," he smiled. "That was a wonderful story. You have all made me feel so much better." "That's all right," said Duck. "Always happy to help," agreed Fergus. "Now I don't need to fear Diesel again," said Hero. "Tomorrow I will show him what an old engine like me can do." The engines were all very happy to have made Hero feel better. Then Hero's driver returned to the shed. "Come on, all of you," he said. "It's time you all went to sleep." "Sorry, sir," exclaimed Murdoch. "We didn't mean to disturb you," said Arthur. Hero chuckled. "Don't worry, my friends," he said. "My friends on my railway always like to talk a lot as well." The engines all grinned. "Come on then," smiled Fergus. "Time we all went to sleep." All the engines agreed. "Good night, my friends," yawned Hero. "Good night, Hero," the engines puffed. Soon the engines were all asleep, and while Hero's driver and fireman walked back to their beds, nothing and no one else made a sound, not even an owl.